a great businesswoman, but you need to listen a bit.
Been in this business for 50 years.
Drivers that are willing to work piecemeal. You don't have full-time labor.
They walk in with a frickin' pizza upside down, for sake. They don't care.
We're not in a position to use our numbers to project a valuation.
Sorry, what did you just say?
We've heard enough. This is a train wreck.
But you know the season's not going to be a train wreck. What a taste of what's in store tonight. Season 10 of Dragon's Den. The premiere tonight, 8 p.m. on CBC Television. And you're going to see 3 new dragons in the den this year. Joe Mimran, you saw him. You've met him on this program before from Joe Fresh, among many other things in fashion. Well, the other 2 new dragons are my guests this morning. Michele Romanow, Manjit Minhas, joining those feisty tycoons breathing fire into the entrepreneurial scene in our country. Thanks for coming here. And nice to meet you both. We're going to play a little bit more of the tape, so you'll get to get a feel of my guests. But number one, how do you feel about the show going to air finally tonight?
Excited.
Yeah.
Super excited. It's been a long time coming since we started, filmed, done diligence.
I mean, that's the thing people won't necessarily realize. I mean, you've done the tapings and you've gone through all the process, but it starts to air tonight, so Canadians will see it. You've had to keep this all secret ever since the taping.
Yes.
We were talking in the commercial break. Not easy.
Since May, we've had to keep it secret as to what happened on the show and what the outcomes are. But that's a great part of the show for viewers to watch, to see whether they got a deal, whether they didn't get a deal, whether they got a dragon thrashing, or whether we were nice.
Yeah, well, we're going to see some thrashings in a second, because you're new to the program, but clearly you're not willing to let the veterans, step forward. What did you go into this? Something like Jim's established, and the other guys are established too. What did you think your role would be, Michele, when you joined the cast and team?
I didn't know. You can only ever get to play yourself, right? So I understood tech. I understood how that could scale really quickly. And so there's a lot of kind of old school versus new school, especially just because Jim and I sat next to each other for the season.
It made for an interesting back and forth. The geography of that seating placement.
Yes.
And what about you? What were your expectations for what you wanted to bring to the program, Angie?
Well, I wanted to bring to the program the perspective of a young mom in a male-dominated industry. I'm in the beer and spirits industry.
Right.
And so not like anybody else on the panel. I deal also in bricks and mortar, and I've been in business for 15 years, created it by myself too. And also, I wanted to bring the idea of something new to the panel, which being fresh, and with Michele and I both, a women's perspective.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So,
Arlene's been soldiering that herself for years. So Fresh and Joe Fresh. Okay, come back, and we're going to see some tape in just a second, but Michele joins the program. 4 companies by the age of 29. You joined the cast as the youngest dragon ever from the Next Gen Den, but they put you beside Jim, who's the lone, holdover. He's the Duke. He's been there from the beginning. He's a lovely, lovely man. And necessarily, sparks fly. Take a look at this tape.
It's crowdsourcing.
Crowdsourcing.
You're getting drivers that are willing to work piecemeal. You don't have full-time labor.
They walk in with a frickin' pizza upside down, for sake. They don't care.
Yeah.
But then they're not hired anymore.
Jim's the nice guy. He's the pizza guy. Michele, come on, tell me a little bit about that.
We got a little riled up. It was good, right? It's kind of this old school generation versus new school, right? Should we be using crowdfunding to do certain models? Should we be using crowdsourcing? In this example, it was delivery. So there's a lot of really fun back and forth between the two of us this season, I think.
That sounds fun. All right, and then the tape that involves Manjit. So your background, as you said, in beer and spirits. So that's everything from product development to distribution, the whole range. And you clearly want facts and numbers. So let's look at some tape with Manjit.
We've heard enough. This is a train wreck. You're spending money. I don't see anything coming in. I think you ran before you could walk when you started. Your overhead costs were obviously way too high. I'm not here to fund your mistakes.
Ooh, I'm not here to fund your mistakes. This is a train wreck.
This is reality. In the end of the day, you know what? I treated it from day one, pitch number 1, all the way to pitch number 200, that you're sitting across the table from me in my boardroom. You are asking for our hard-earned money. Yeah. And so you better have the answers to convince us that you are the person for us to invest in. And
so the numbers and the facts and the plan.
Because if I invest in you, I'm going to jump in with both feet. And that includes everything from my knowledge from distribution, production, manufacturing, retail sales, online, marketing, branding. It's what I do. And so I need to be convinced that you are the right person. And also that you're going to handle my money well in the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not taking over the company. So it was me who you saw, good and bad.
Well, we're going to see it as it all plays out. But what was your sense of, you said 200 different pitches?
We did, yeah.
What was your sense, Michele, of the Canadian entrepreneur?
Oh, the Canadian entrepreneur spirit is alive. And well. There's no question about that. And it was exciting because I think as we've moved from season 1 to season 10, we're starting to see more mature businesses, people that have been in business for a couple more years, so you are able to see a few more of those numbers and really get a sense for that.
You've known you're a dragon for some time. I mean, we announced it some time ago, but the full effects start as of tonight when the program airs.
I think we've been very sheltered.
Well, I think you
There's been
have.
nothing
I mean,
that's
this is a
happened.
program that's had a huge impact on Canadian viewership, and the lives of the Dragons have changed. I mean, you have tremendous business success, but that doesn't mean Canadians know you broadly. That's going to change tonight. What are you thinking in terms of, are you ready
We have each other. We have each other, yeah. On text.
Are you serious?
Because absolutely, we've been riding this together for the last 6 months. So yes, not only were we together for 5 weeks, bright and early in the morning and having dinner almost every night together, but yes, I think we have great families to support us and a great team within our companies, but also we have each other. You know, we're 5 years apart in age, but we understand.
Right? We both started our businesses when we were young. We both got started early. We're both engineers, so we had a lot in common as well.
It's been a great week for Queens. That's your
has been a great week for
Nobel
Queens.
Prize yesterday. The Dragon's Den arrives tonight. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So nice to meet
Go
you. I
Queens.
love your energy. I love your
you.
spirit, and we're going to love watching you as of this evening when you join the Den. Michele and Manjit, thank you very much.
Thanks, Heather.
The rest of the Dragons joining them tonight, 10th season of the very popular program, 8 p.m. on CBC Television. Do not miss it.